Hey, what is up, awesome people? Shady here with another cultist simulator guide, and in this video I'm going to show you how I set myself up to win the game, and this has now worked 3 times for me, so I'm pretty sure it's going to work for you. In the beginner's video, I showed you how to start a game and how the flow of the game progresses and how they want you to play the game, but I kept losing that way. I think I lost maybe 5 times playing that way. And in one of those playthroughs, I was like 30 hours into it. After that, I sat back and I analyzed what was going on, and I realized that within a game of Cultist Simulator, there are actually like 4 games going on at the same time. And if we take the time to separate those out, it makes it easier to safely progress through the game. Now, this is a very slow and controlled way to play the game because we are dealing with things one at a time. It is easier to do this with the physician job. You will have that available to you if you've died, you begin another descent. And the reason that it's easier to do that with the physician is there's no timer on the position at the institute. You're only going to be making 2 funds for each time you work, but you don't have to worry about being demoted like you do at Glover and Glover, so that makes it easier to deal with restlessness. With the Glover and Glover position, if you get demoted, you have to plead for your job back, and the minute it takes to do that, you don't generate any funds. Now, on the flip side, with the Glover and Glover job, you can get promoted and earn up to 4 funds per time you work, where with the position at the Institute, it's always going to be 2 funds. But it won't really matter because later on in the game, we're going to have multiple ways that we can earn income. So the first thing I'm going to do after playing my employment card is begin playing the position at the Institute card. And I'll keep playing this card as often as possible to generate funds. Now the study box will pop up and time passes. I'll immediately study the note that we received. Once that is studied, it's going to set off the dream box, and the dream box, once it completes, it'll kick off the belief box. In that belief box, you want to put a reason card. It's going to consume the reason card, but you need to do this in order to get a passion card, and the other cards you need to start a cult. So move that reason card in there and let that run. We now have a passion card, our enlightenment card, directions to Moorlands, and 2 lore cards, and a talk box has now popped up and is running. Now this is where I veer off and I do things a little differently than a way you would probably normally play the game. The first thing I do is I study my health card, and that's going to generate a vitality card. Right here, restlessness has popped up, and I'll deal with that by working on it with passion with no repercussions to my institute job. Now, once the vitality card is ready, I'm going to study health again. During all that, I also received the hanger-on card. You may receive an acquaintance. I'm not going to talk to this person because if I do that, it's going to start forming the cult, and I don't want to form a cult right now. I'm not going to form a cult for a while because if I form a cult and I start recruiting, then that's going to start generating mystique and notoriety, which will then be picked up by the investigation. Then that's going to draw the attention of a hunter. So I'm going to keep that portion of the game out of play for now. I'm not going to talk to that person until I'm ready to start the cult. Once the second vitality card is ready, I'll now study both vitality cards together, and that will give me an extra health card. And that's important because with 2 health cards, you won't have to spend funds to heal an affliction. When a sickness draws in your first health card, you can just study the second health card, and then that's going to reward you with the vitality card. Then you can dream on the affliction with the vitality card, so you're not spending any funds. Next up, I'm going to study passion, and that's going to create a glimmering card. Then I'll study passion again to create the second glimmering card, and then I'll study both of those cards together, and that creates another passion card. So now I have 2 passion cards. Finally, I'll study a reason card to generate an erudition card. I'll study reason again to get another erudition, and study both the erudition together to get another reason card. At this point, I now have 1 extra reason card, 1 extra vitality card, and 1 extra passion card. Now I'm going to study the directions of the moorlands, and that's going to give me the Explorer and the Moorland Shop card. Now what I'll do is I'll just keep buying books from moorlands and studying them. I'm going to keep my funds above 3. If I get to around 3 funds, then I'll stop buying books and I'll focus on generating funds and let the funds build back up. If I do get a collection of essays or poetry, I go ahead and I study either reason or passion to generate the erudition or glimmering card, and then use the book to get another reason or passion card. And I just keep doing this until I get this book here, something mysteries. That means you can't buy any more books at moorlands. The moorlands cards are now going to have a close sign on it, and you can just move that card somewhere off the board. You're done with it. Through this entire process, I now have 8 reason, 2 health, 5 passion. I have the Latin, Greek, and Sanskrit translation skills, and a whole bunch of lore and 2 rights. I've still not talked to the hanger-on or started the cult, so I have not generated any mystique or notoriety because all I've done is just worked, bought books, and studied them. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my health cards and I'm going to use that to explore. And when you do this, you're going to get a couple results here. You may encounter someone you can hire. Don't do that. There's no need to hire anyone right now. You might get a rumor card or a streets card. Don't use either of those. The card you're looking for is the auction house. And once you get that, you're going to explore that location and begin bidding on items and then studying those items. Any language translation books you get that are dupes of skills you already have, just hold on to those for now and you can put them up for auction later to get some of those funds back. Just keep buying items at the auction house and studying them while keeping your funds above 3, and eventually you're going to get that same mysteries book that you got at moorlands, and that means there's nothing more that you can buy at the auction house. After everything is gone from the auction house, I end up with 10 reason, 2 health, 6 passion, and this whole row of lore. And I did all that without starting a cult or an investigation. So now we're set up for the next step of this strategy. Now, just a warning, in this next portion, there's going to be a couple of spoilers. And if you don't want those, then this is where you're going to want to stop watching. And what I've shown you up to this point, that's still going to set you up that it's going to be easier to navigate the game from your own on here. Okay, for the next part, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my lore cards and I'm going to group them by levels. So I'll keep all the 2s together and all the 4s and any 6s if I have those. Now I'm going to make my way to the wood by dreaming on passion and then adding the Watchman's Secret card. After I get to the way to the wood card, then I'm going to dream on that, and then I'll add passion to make my way into the wood. Next thing, I'm going to dream my way using the way to the wood card, and I'll use the level 4 lamp card, Manus Glimpse, to approach the white door. If you don't have Manus Glimpse, you can do several things right here. If you have 2 level 2 Watchman's Secret cards, you can go ahead and study them together to get the Manus Glimpse card. Or you can subvert a level 2 Moth card with the level 2 Watchman's Secret card to create the Manus Glimpse. Once I have a way to the white door, I'll then dream on it, and I'm going to add my health to enter the white door. Next, I'm going to dream using the white door card, and I'm going to add my Temptation Enlightenment, and I'll get the Stag Door Riddle. The card you need to enter the Stag Door is a random level 6 lore card. And I'm going to need all those level 6 lore cards anyways to complete commissions, so I'm going to start creating them. What I'm going to do is take any level 2 lore card that I have the same of. So in this example, I have 2 level 2 Moth lore cards. And I'm going to study them both together. Don't combine the occult scraps though. Leave them. Don't combine any occult scraps. In fact, don't combine any secret histories cards. When you study 2 cards together, there will be 3 times that it's going to require another card to progress. And it's going to want either a reason card, a passion card, or a glimmering, or an erudition card. If it gets the card it wants all 3 times, you're going to get a level 4 card back. If it can't get the card at once, then it will fail and you're going to get the 2 cards back and then you can try again. Now don't even try to provide it with what it wants, just let it run its course because it's random what cards it's going to want and in what order. So eventually it's going to succeed. One time it may want 3 glimmering and the next time it may want 3 passion. So just let it do its thing. Do this for each pair of level 2 cards you have. Next up, subvert any level 2 cards that you don't have any level 4 or 6 cards for. Example, here I already have 2 level 4 Grail cards, so I'm not going to need another level 4 Grail card, and I have a level 2. So I'm going to go ahead and subvert the level 2 Grail card into a Forge card. Now I'm going to take all the pairs of level 4 lore cards, and I'm going to study them together to create level 6 lore. And I'll do this with each pair. Same as what we did with the level 2s. If you have any level 4 lore that you don't have any level 6 for, you want to go ahead and subvert those. I already have a level 6 Grail card, so I'm going to take the level 4 and I'll subvert that with Moth to create a level 6 Moth card. Now, once I've created all the level 6s that I can, I'm going to dream using the Stag Door Riddle card and try each one of my level 6 lore cards. And hopefully you have the right one to get the answer. If you don't, then you're going to have to move on to the third part of the strategy, and that's going to be in the next video. If you do have the answer card, go ahead and enter the door, and once that completes, you're going to get the Way Through the Stag Door card. Now, I can't get to the next doorway because that does require a higher level card. Since I made it through the Stag Door, I'm now going to upgrade my Temptations card. I'll drag the Temptations card to Dream, and then I'll add a Lamp Lore card to upgrade the card to a Dedication. I'll then drag the Dedication card to Work, and then I'm going to add the Lantern Lore card as the Power, and finally I'll add the Way Through the Stag Door as the No, and the card will be upgraded to an Ascension. When the card is upgraded to an Ascension, it's going to require a craving, and in the case of Enlightenment, it wants a Prisoner. If you don't provide it with a Prisoner, then it's going to pull in one of your Reason cards, and then it's going to put it back on the board dim, so not really a big deal, especially considering the fact that we're no longer going to have to deal with Restlessness. What we've done so far is we've doubled our Reason and Passion, and that was in preparation for upgrading our lore cards and feeding our Ascended Enlightenment card. We've collected a bunch of level 6 lore, opened 3 doors, and we did all that without setting off any investigation. From this point on, we're going to need to start a cult, and then we're going to begin sending them out on expeditions to collect more books and treasures so we can continue upgrading the lore cards. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how to start your cult safely, and then how to send them out on expeditions safely. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. And until next time, I'll talk to you later. Have a good one.
Yeah, Shady Wags got your back. It's so entertaining. You need to subscribe to Got Your Back gaming gameplay and reviews, even doing walkthroughs. This the best gaming channel. I'm just telling you the truth. PS4, Xbox One, or even PC. Plenty tips, all the tricks. This is just what you need.